with Casper. I'm going to share this really quickly to a couple other platforms, and I will be right back. Share to Facebook. And share to Facebook. Right, let's turn that phone on do not disturb. And let's get going here. So, we're starting an early morning live today because I planned to get strange. Is this good? We got mic number 2 on now. I just can't do this without a mic because you guys can't hear me while I'm using equipment. Mic 2 is good? What the heck? This was the mic that wasn't working this morning. That's weird. That's really annoying. This mic was not working this morning. We hooked it up when we had guests in here and it wasn't working. So I guess my DJI mics are just taking turns on what works. Thank you guys for sticking around and helping me figure that out. It's 5:45 in the morning. I'm already having technical issues. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I don't think any of my mods are awake enough to keep me to make sure everything's working out how I want it to. So now I will go ahead and repeat what we were talking about. First of all, my name's Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards, and you're watching Days with Casper. So here at Life, we handcraft decks. We press them in-house. We shape them. We do everything else. And then when Sam cuts out the shape, what these are on the walls here, these are shape templates. So these are used to cut out the shape. When he cuts out the shape, the edge looks like this. And I need to bring it with to a 90 with the concave on the belt sander that's just out of frame right there that I'll fix. Round it off on this next step, clean it up, and then sand again. We're gonna go ahead and take 3, 4. We've got 8 boards today, so we're gonna take through 4 and 4. So we're gonna do these first 4 right here. Oops. And they are a little bit smaller. And then we've got 3 big ones over here, 4 big ones over here to shape. Sorry. Oh, now I planned on doing a super late night live last night and woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. So we are in here knocking this out before the storm comes in so I can get some side work done and I can get over to the indoor park. How about some custom Pokemon boards? Note that we don't have that, so the way we apply our graphics is hand-carved Lino blocks. Custom graphics are done with a heat transfer. Heat transfers suck, they ruin a skateboard. We want to make you a board that lasts, not pretty trash. These boards are also available at lifeskateboard.com. Now for a couple of popsicles. So what I was trying to explain there, and I didn't have a good time to explain this very well, this is something I get into quite a bit. The majority of graphics that you see applied on factory boards, things like that, or mostly like custom CCS graphics, those are applied with a heat transfer. So the way you apply a heat transfer is you put that plastic on there and roll it through a hot roller. The thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So we don't want to damage your board. So the way that we do all of our graphics are with hand-carved Lino blocks. You might have carved one in high school. It's like carving the relief image into something that then you slap onto the board and roll the ink onto it. Hey, what's up, man? Been a while. Yeah, so ours aren't screen printed, but we love screen printing as well. Screen printing is another no heat graphic application process. There's companies like Dead End that are getting a hold of their boards right out of the manufacturer and doing that. It makes the board a little bit stronger. I used to ride for Dead End. When I was skating factory boards, which Dead Ends are still factory boards, they still have, but they have that no heat graphic application process through full board screen printing that doesn't weaken the board further. The other thing that makes our boards a little bit stronger is our extremely deep concave. So deep concave gives the board end-to-end rigidity. I've got a plastic skateboard in the other room. It's a 1970s roller derby board. Yeah, I love my job. You guys can make it all the more better by giving me more and more work to do. That's always a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and knock these next 2 out on this step, and we will get to my favorite step to show you guys on the edge router right here. running it along this rail on the board or this one, the edges of the boards are called your rails. This is also called a rail when you attach it to your board, and then the thing you skate is called a rail. But when I'm running it along the rail right here, what I'm doing isn't really taking off a lot of material. I'm just making that real smooth, so this next step is nice and smooth. You want one that won't snap. Well, black mask depends on what you're trying to do. Now, are you super heavy footed? Because you might go through a 7-ply, but it's going to last you a lot longer than a factory board. You can also get an 8-ply from us. I have seen cars parked on our 8-plies. Those things are ridiculously strong. They are going to be a little bit heavier though. So if you want all wood construction, but you want a sturdy board that's going to be able to last a long time, pick an 8-ply and pick something you really like, because it's going to last you a really long time. Hey, Kermit. You never know. There were some companies doing spoofs of that for a while, too. So while I'm pushing this against the belt, what I'm doing is pushing this top ply right up against there and sanding until the bottom ply meets it. Kind of wish I could just have you guys looking where I look so you can see what I'm talking about. So now let's go ahead and set you guys up here. Nope, we never want to do another layer of hey, BMX is rad. Yeah, those are around. We just do not chase something that doesn't feel like all wood construction boards. Again, if you haven't rode our boards, I would highly suggest doing them. You're going to feel a lot different than a factory board without trading off the all wood construction feel. That's what we do here at Life Skateboards. We want to make you a board that lasts that still feels like a skateboard. Give me a second here. I don't know why I left the compressor on. Sorry about that. All right, so this next step here is going to be cleaning stuff up. Maybe once. Making some skateboards here. These are customer orders. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. We're going to be shaping 8 boards total today and then loading up one of the presses. We've got some special orders to put in that press, including 2 8-plies. Just cleaning this off here. Sam had warned me these guys are a little rough. Gonna clean this up on the Mac wheel real quick. We'll get to the next one. All right, we gotta clean 3 more up like that. Just these 3 right here. And then we will be on to the orbital sander where I can pay attention to the chat, answer any of your questions that you have, and we'll keep going here. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. That is what I'm here for. And if you enjoy what you're watching, double tap that screen. Let YouTube know you like it. I don't normally do lives this early, but happy to get work knocked out a little bit earlier today. just got to clean this one up on the Mac wheel, and then 2 more will be over on the orbital where I can answer any of your questions. Yep, that one there was a twin egg board. So we have several twins with these square nose and tails like this. The eggs taper out in the middle instead of tapering in. And now you know. And these are all available at lifeskateboard.com, where we've got over 100 shapes available on the website. I am checking the chat in between sanding things on the drum here, just to see if you guys have any questions I can answer while I'm sanding. But if I miss anything, feel free to ask when I can actually see the screen. I know the difference between somebody spamming and somebody trying to get a question answered. Do a kickflip. Yeah, you know I do. Sorry, Tommy. What happened, if you were in the chat earlier and I had no audio, I'm not sure what's going on. My mics are switching back and forth between which one works. I even tested it with a video before the live. I'm gonna bring this is the next stack we're shaping. Yeah, some big ones. Bring you guys around to the flap sander here. And then we will clean everything up on the orbital where I can answer all of your questions. Let's get you guys set up here. Flipped around to the front camera and make sure that mic is connected. And here we go. It's because I skate too. Kickflip. There you go. There's your kickflip. If you want to go see me do kickflips, you can go to my channel and watch some shorts of me skating. I can't remember. When was the last kickflip I posted? I don't even know. We're going to hit everything with the 80 really quick, just to knock down any texture, and then we're going to come back with a 150 and finish it with that. I think I posted a clip. I just figured out a backside shove it underflip. I think I posted a clip of that. I know I posted it to Instagram, but been a little bit slacking. Oh yeah, I absolutely disturb people on my skateboard. I make tools for other people to disturb people with their skateboards, called skateboards. Now you can get these decks at lifeskateboard.com. They're handcrafted and made for you. You can pick your shape, wheelbase, all that fun stuff. Hi there, Edwards. I fully understand that you don't understand what I'm using here, but that's totally fine. So this right here is hooked up to a Festool dust extractor, which is why I don't wear a respirator on this step right here. But if you'll scroll back about a millimeter on your little thing right there, you will see me have a respirator on for every other step. But thank you for your concern. Do I trespass properties? I plead the fifth. Texture is knocked down off that one. We'll hit some more of these with a 50. Or we're hitting these with an 80 and then we're gonna bring it down to a 150. Dust extractor. Yep, it's right here. Festool, actually. We used to have a giant grizzly one. You never understood skateboarders. It sounded like you didn't try to, buddy. You can try to understand us. Why? Because this is a toy right here that brings us a lot of joy. Skateboarding is a thing that you can do where you can fully exert yourself. It's a thing that teaches you that success is on top of a pile of failures. Every trick you see a skateboarder land, they have eaten shit over and over and over and over and over and over again to learn that. And gotten right back up. When I'm skating, I have a beat in my head, and it feels very flowy. Being able to fully exert yourself while doing things, and just controlling architecture in a way that it wasn't designed to be controlled is a very alluring part of skateboarding. We can do that. Are these heavy? I mean, as heavy as a 7-ply deck is supposed to be. You can also get a 6-ply from us if you want something not as heavy. You've seen one with super suspension. We don't really care. I mean, you can skate a board however you want to, but we don't really care about that here. My suspension involves removing the bottom washer off of my trucks and letting it happen. My trucks are $65. The ones that I ride. Decks from us are $75, and then the price goes up from there on shapes. You're paying for a board that's gonna last with us. You like skateboards? Yeah, I mean, you can customize ours, but as I said earlier today, when you get a custom graphic where you can just pick whatever you want, that's going on with a heat transfer. Now, if you care about anything inside of your board, the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So super easy to make that, oh yeah, you know me, I used to work in a skate shop, now I'm a board manufacturer, working for Life Skateboards. These are wooden decks. We made them. I'm a little confused. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to ask. We are located in the Midwest, Indianapolis, about 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, actually. I'm in Indianapolis. But you can order these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is lifeskateboard.com. Oh yeah, JPC. That's the reason that I'm sitting here talking about quality. I don't really think that a brand can talk about quality when they don't have control over the quality. So let me show you real quick, and then we will get to doing this after I finish that stack. Here's our veneer right here. We're going to be pressing all natural boards today in the standard press. These guys have been in the press for a little over 24 hours. So those are ready to come out. They'll get put into stacks of their own concave. And yeah. Veneer. The veneer. All right. Now that we brought all of that down with a 50, we're going to finish everything to a 150, and then these guys are good for graphics. We'll knock out the next 4, and we will go in there. That is a compliment that we do not normally receive here. Thank you. Is your shop in-house? We sell direct to customer and sometimes sell to shops, but we don't have like a storefront. This is the workshop where boards are made to order. Boards that are sunk in the middle are harder to skate when you're really old. I don't believe you, because most of our customers love our deep concave. And no offense though, but like if you do want a flat board, you can get a flat board. When the skateboards are old. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so are you talking about this deep concave? Because that's something that we personally try to do here. I misunderstood what you were asking there. My apologies. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of boards on the market now don't have that very deep concave. Part of the reason for that is you risk a lot of splitting when you have deep concave, but we want to make you the best product we can. So when a board splits for us, I usually end up riding it. So it's all right. This is the internet. And just a warning, if you hang out here a lot, I do snap off at random because that's fun. And then I usually am like, hey, that was my fault. I'm sorry. It's good to be aware of yourself. There's a guy that hops in here every once in a while. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, we love our concave to the point where someone negatively reviewed it because it was so deep, and they even measured it. Like, measured it to the depth of what it's at the width compared to another company's. And we went and took that and put that on a ad. Bipolar vibes. I'm sorry, is mental illness a vibe now? That's the ugliest comment I've ever read this morning, I guess. It's only 6 in the morning, but that is an ugly comment. No way, dude. That's rad. Tuli, I hope you hung that up on your wall, because that is an accomplishment right there. That is an accomplishment. Shano, so you can choose our graphics from us. It's okay, they don't need to take it back. They probably walked away. But you can choose whatever graphic you want from us, but thank you, love this hat. It's from our selected graphics. So what we have are a bunch of Lino blocks that we had, mostly Ben Blakely, Some by Fat Ram Tattoo, carved for us, but you can choose your ink color, you can choose a fade. Man, I don't know why I didn't show you guys this in the other room. I love this thing. I won this back in Fort Wayne years ago, and I have not been able to find another one. But here's some examples of finished boards right here. Absolutely never too old. This is one of our most popular graphics, this sturgeon right here. But when I'm talking about a fade, you see how that goes from black to brown to black? We can do that with any color, either one in the middle or one on each side or bottom to top. You just gotta let us know. It's not about, I mean, I've never understood why people are always like, I'm gonna say a shitty thing and then it's a joke. Like, was it though? You know, like, is it PC culture that's the problem, or is it you being a dick to random people that's a problem? But yeah, anyway, go to the website and get a life. I did it for you, Mork. Don't worry. That slap to the back of the head to wake me up. I didn't have coffee this morning, so thank you. Can you pop into my early morning lives more often so I can wake up? Thunder is coming. We got a storm rolling in. Thank you, Mark. Today's live was brought to you energetically by Mork, who accidentally had me slap myself on the back of the head to wake up. We have an actual shop. We have a more direct-to-customer basis than anything else. I work for this shop. We do a lot direct-to-customer. We just don't have a storefront. This is more of a workshop. Because we want to make a board for you, not make a board, have it sit on a warehouse shelf and then a skate shop wall just for you to look at it and then maybe buy it and not have any clue how long it's sat there. So you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. You can pick what you want as far as wheelbase goes, shapes, all kinds of stuff like that. And I mean, this one's a fun one right here. This is a mid-twin from us. I actually just sold one of these to the homie Josiah yesterday. It's a square nose and tail symmetrical board, tapers in towards the middle. Very popular shape. This was actually the first shape that I rode from Life Skateboards. I was a boring person that looked down at a popsicle while I was skateboarding. And then one day my boss was like, hey, popsicles are boring. And I realized, I agree. So I designed my own shape, and now I skate the Casper 3.0, available at lifeskateboard.com. It's my favorite shape. I honestly need to grip another one today, so depending on time, if it hits 10 o'clock, I gotta get out of here. But I don't think we're gonna run into that today. We're just gonna be sanding these 4 up here. And then we've got 4 more to shape, one press to load up, and 1 board for myself to grip. Thanks, Scott. And then hopefully I can get over to Q Skate Park today. Probably probably go DoorDash until queue opens and then go to the skate park. Have I ever tried an electric board? No, I have not. I know, I am on early. I honestly planned on getting live at like midnight or 1 a.m. and then I woke up at 4, so I just got amazing sleep and I thought, come in here and knock it out. Never had an electric board myself. We have made a board, put a dado in it, or a dado in it for a boosted board, but I have not rode one. I like to go fast on my own accord. Big storm coming in. I'm in a big metal box right now. I'll be all right. I'm not sure if you're aware of depth perception, but this is like 2 feet away from me. In case you were wondering. I'm not going to lean into it like this, and when we go do the rest, I'm going to put it up inside of a respirator, don't you worry. I have had that thing run up my hair before. I'm paying attention to it. Now give me 1 second because it is storming, but I want to go grab my drink out of the car. So in the spirit of not destroying this mic, wish me luck. I'm scared. I'm scared. It's so bad. Why is it storming so hard? Who did this? Hey guys, so it's like storming. That sucked. That was dumb. $45? No, I think the fastest I ever hit was 35 going down Tower Drive at Purdue. Give me a second here. I need to go find a rag or something because I'm going to drip rain on the board. There we go. It has no need to storm like this, and I don't appreciate it. The storm is unnecessary, and whoever called it, I don't appreciate you. It is like storming. Dang it. I hope it stops before I have to leave. I was outside for like 2 seconds, and I am soaked through my clothes. DJI mic. It's worked really well. Unfortunately, today was the first day we ever had issues with connection. Put 8 longboard. Oh, buddy, you don't even know. You don't know, do you? So I'm not going to go to the car to get it because the rain will destroy it, but we did make an 8-wheeler. Yes, that is correct. We made an 8-wheeler. We made a 14.6 inch wide board. Yeah, these are the DJI minis, the 2-piece. Okay, I was going to say, we did make an 8-wheeled skateboard. It's dumb. It was a horrible idea, and we are absolutely going to do it again. Butt bombing on it is probably terrifying though. You have to like get up on 2 trucks to turn if you want to turn, or if you feel like turning is a possibility on that thing, because it's very hard. It's been fun. It's been like the little local challenge at the skate parks to do flip tricks on it, and it is really hard. I know there's somebody that's getting close to a tray flip on it. It's dumb. I did a varial flip on it and it took all of my effort. Dude, don't even, JP, you forgot the other part. So we have really deep concave. And in order for that 8-wheeler to work, those boards have to be flat. That's why on the Sims board, it was flat until it reached the trucks. That's why on Lonnie Toff's 8-ply, he literally cut that out of a door. So every time you call a board a door, you are referring to Lonnie Toft. But we had to make it 8 plies because we had to make risers that would fit. So we have 8 plies. There's a datum for where the risers go, and then there's an 8-ply riser inside of there so that it sticks out from the concave and the trucks sit flat. Oh, it's insane. No, that's why I'm struggling to get a tray flip. The varial flip took all my effort. For a varial flip, I had to it's like a weird shove it and then flick almost late, but it takes so much effort, and half of the spin happens from the flick. Literally the heaviest thing I have ever skated. Do we make trucks? No, we don't make anything besides skateboards. We do carry everything. What you're referring to are the Sidewinder Gullwing trucks. I have no clue what they're used for, but we do have them. Yeah, JP, it is literally the heaviest thing I have ever skated in my life. Now doing like 50s and 5.0s on it is hilarious because you have no clue what truck you're gonna walk in on. So this is the top face of the skateboard right here, and this is the bottom face. What you're watching me do is actually remove some things like this excess glue right here. And now this face is nice and clean and ready to be printed on. If you have any questions about boards, Ryan, that's what I'm here to answer. We're gonna move on to the egg twin here now. There we go. I'm glad that I was able to get in. I woke up, looked at the clock, and was like, shit. You didn't wake up, just going to work. And now I'm here, so hopefully I can get this knocked out. Wow, damn, great question. No need for a mask on this step right here only because this is a Festival dust extractor that's HEPA approved. Great question. I will wear a respirator on the rest. Making a skateboard. What's up, Coffee? Hope you're enjoying it. Thank you. Yeah, no, I used to be stubborn. My boss was hard on me about it. And some of you guys were hard on me about it. Now I catch myself doing it and get really mad at myself. So definitely important. I don't think Ryan stuck around. As soon as he realized that he was making an unrelated comment about another man's face at 6:30 in the morning, I'm sure he left. Do we have signed skateboards? I mean, I'll sign a skateboard for you. You can get them signed by the maker. We have been getting that request a little bit more than I've ever had before, but you can get those. You just put it in the notes. Me and the owner would sign it. Hey, well, Sean, I'm glad you'll enjoy them. We even have more shapes that are coming out. Sam is a man who cannot sit still, and he is amazing at making templates. Well, Coffee, there are ways to do it on your own and not on this scale. The way you can get away with pressing without a press is vacuum sealing. Now, if you look that up, you're going to have a lot of fun. I think he's gone, Andrew. Now, if you wanted to know, though, this is a traditional snake and this is a spider web. I like spiders and I like snakes. It's all right. Thanks, guys. That's awesome, Coffee. We don't have any pet reptiles at the moment. We are taking care of an OBT, orange baboon tarantula. I want to say orange bitey thing every single time. Thank you. I appreciate it, Andrew. It's something I'm used to. You don't not get used to it when you do this to yourself. But the reason I have these is because they came from skateboarding, and I wanted to force myself to stay in an industry like this. Because if you choose a career in skateboarding, prepare to struggle. There's a lot of struggle that comes with it. You don't get rich in skateboarding right off the bat. It's a career of passion. Got to do side work to pay my bills, so. Hey Dawson, can you explain to me why you think it's unfortunate? Just really quickly. Like, why do you think it's unfortunate? Just wondering. Just curious. Because is it gonna hold me back from getting a job? Thanks, there you go. See, quarter cap, I'll give you face tat. I know you and I love you, buddy. That was a little strange. Looks like I knocked out a little chunk in there. What's up, Corbin? Thanks for tuning in, dude. I haven't seen you in a live in a while. Love you too, man. Be ready to come down here on November 1st. We're gonna have that big ass contest at Lawrence Skate Park. I never know when I'm gonna stream lately. I've been going through a lot lately, so hoping my life calms down a little bit and I can start traveling again. We're supposed to go to Chattanooga in a couple of weeks, so yeah, if you can clear your calendar just so you can be on all of my lives, I'd greatly appreciate it. No, if you can clear your calendar for November 1st, that is a Sunday. We told the city it would start at noon. I'll probably get things up and going by like 1. Hey, D Nice. What's up, D Nice? I'm curious, did you change your username after I called you D Nice, or was it originally Denise? It's usually grown men. Don't worry, it happens in person too, JP. It's weird. Super strange. It's a very strange concern with another man's face. Okay, originally that. I didn't want to give myself all that credit. It's still awesome. I've actually never made it down there. I'd love to, though. The guys that run the Kona skate park page have talked to me quite a bit on when I was cleaning parks, but I need to make it down there. I was supposed to make a trip. Most of my traveling has been to like Ohio, and we go out to Pennsylvania, down southern Indiana. Oh, thanks, Fire. I like that. You just refer to yourself as D's. That's great. I love it. Ooh. All right, one more on the orbital sander. We're making good time today. I need to stick to coffee, and I'm not. No, yeah, that was not a paid ad. If this is a paid ad, it's not, actually. I don't know how I started that sentence expecting it to make sense. Monster, bad for your heart. Good for getting work done. Be good to yourself. Hey, you can still stick to a half pipe. Still stick to a mini ramp. Everybody's building pump tracks now. Yeah, I have. You see, guys, something that we didn't get into so far on this live, and something I talk about a lot on the lives, is I am an addict in recovery, and one of those things I really used to like, was uppers. So caffeine dependency kind of comes with that. Yeah, see, Kevin, it's like every meeting has the worst coffee ever, and then you just switch over to caffeine. Congrats, Kevin, 7 years. If anybody, by the way, something that we feel like sharing, thanks, Sean. If anybody feels like ever sharing in the chat, this is definitely a safe place. You don't like coffee. Lucky man. Lucky man. I had to switch for a while, and then the company that I was getting it from, I didn't like some of the stuff they were doing, so I need to get myself a coffee pot in here and keep it dust-free. At one day at a time, Kevin, that's all it takes. Just know you're not alone, and there's always people. Wow, 18 years. Good job, Quarter. I need to do that. I need to do that, Corbin. I've been going through so much that I'm not really ready for the caffeine withdrawal, but we'll get there. Oh, yeah. Well, here here's the thing. We actually just shipped a board to Canada. It's pretty awesome. Well, good for you, Catfight. Thank you very much for the maple. You guys grow maple great. Good, eh? Seriously though, it's Great Lakes or Canadian hard maple is great for skateboards. 7 months, wow. Oh brother, believe me, there's a lot. You know, I need to have kombucha a little bit more. I do. Believe me, buddy, there's a lot more, quite a lot worse things than this. It's probably because it's 6 in the morning. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, that's past what Kevin said is to all of you that are recovering, I'm proud of each one of you. That's a sentiment that can always be repeated. Thank you very much, Kevin. I think it's important to talk about the struggles that we've been through because it lets people know that are currently in those struggles that they can get out of them. And that's the most important part. Now, if you're ever struggling or you feel like you need to reach out to someone, I do like to offer myself as that. You can always reach out at Stranger Casper on Instagram. If you're struggling with something or you need somebody to vent to about that kind of stuff. What I tend to do when somebody asks about help like that, it comes in through my message requests. I just stay the message requests. I don't really want to know who you are. I just want to be there to help you. So, because if somebody wasn't there to help me when I was in a bad spot, I'd be dead. So, pretty sure I owe my life to the universe to share and help when I can. Never alone, even though it feels like it at times. Absolutely. I'm gonna be really honest, guys. I'm glad that I couldn't figure out live streams when I was a drunk. It would have been bad. It would have been really bad. I would have had a much more negative influence than I did without this. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, my friend. I have no quarrels with anyone that has a religious background, but my path to sobriety was not through religion. Now, my boss's path to sobriety was through faith, so I think it's extremely valuable to have close people that had different paths to sobriety, so then we can always help people out. No matter what their path is, no matter what their desire is, they can get clean, because that's all that matters. All right, we are in Indiana. It's 6:48. We got Corbin there in the same time zone. All right, guys, we got 4 boards to shape now, and these guys are big ones. That's correct. We got a pretty fat popsicle here, and then a huge wide knucklehead. Haven't seen one like that in a while. And then a couple from the Monster Press. These are from our 15-inch wide press. Why? Because why not? Hey, look at that. Thank you. What part of Indiana? We're 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, right down 70 in New Pal. I live over in Lawrence, Indiana, just a municipality of Indianapolis on the northeast corner, right next to Lawrence Skate Park. All right, respirator. I hardly know her. I haven't made that joke today, so I needed to. Ew. Noble Tucky. Didn't you guys have a cow like wandering around your town randomly like a year ago? No, I'm sorry. I love you. We all gotta love. You guys gave us Ruoff. Ruoff is pretty rad. Sounds about right, yeah. That was the funniest. I was seeing people's stories on Instagram of just a cow walking through traffic up there. Deer Creek, I'm sorry, my bad. It is Deer Creek and it will always be Deer Creek since the dead went there. Sorry. People get serious about that. Yeah, thank you guys. And thank you. Yeah, it took me a while before I could be around stuff like that. I remember the first show I went to at a bar after I got sober was a big deal for me. I went to the Melody Inn, and God, I don't even remember who we saw. It was just the experience of being around that. And then the next show I went to was, like the next big show I went to was seeing a DRI show. That was really fun. So, thank you. Now, I do appreciate people's faith. I just don't have it personally. But that cow definitely had somewhere to be. I am sober, personally. It did like 100%. It did, when I quit, everything was when I started here. 8 years from booze, 5 years from like hallucinogenics and pot. But it was mainly just a motivation thing for me. I wasn't getting a lot done. Edinburgh, heck yeah. I'll probably be passing through Edinburgh on Sunday morning. I gotta take these through my favorite step to show you guys here. Oh, Andrew, my bad. You can always ask, I just completely missed your question. Remember that I can only see like 3 things on here. It's on a phone screen. I wish I had that second screen that showed me everything, but it does not. My main choice was alcohol, and it made me say yes to everything else. So I was allergic to opiates, thank God. Thank everything. The one time I tried opiates, I had an allergic reaction, and whether it was from the opiates or what it was cut with, I don't know. I didn't explain it to myself, but I was able to keep myself off of them with that thought, even while I was in active addiction with other things. So this one is a 6-ply, and that's when you tilt it back on the second pass. Alrighty. Oh, nice. Have a great day, Andrew. Look at this. People in Indiana meeting each other in my chat. I love it. Really quickly here, guys. Kind of sounds like the storm took a break. So if you can give me a moment here, I'm going to go grab the board that I'm going to grip out of my car. That way we don't have to run through the rain and grab it later. Be right back. Thank you for your patience. Here's the board that I'm going to be gripping. I love it. I did this graphic on Live. Pretty nice one. Combination of Lori and the signature graphic for me. Where did I put the respirator? Oh. Couldn't find the respirator that we could have played swipe or no swiping with it. Dang, look at all that red. That's from sanding that red board while my shirt was wet. Look at that. I got like red dye on my bloodstained shirt. Nice. I'm sure Guar would be happy. All right. Now we got this 6-ply. This one requires a little bit more love because that thing is set up for a 7-ply.
One more on the drum sander, then we just gotta clean it off. One more on the drum, I mean. You need one of my decks? If you need one of these decks, you can go to lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is lifeskateboard.com. Hey, awesome, man. I'm glad you came back to it. There's a ton of people getting back into skateboarding right now. I love to hear that. Yeah, I know, Corbin. What size do you ride, Corbin? Because I might go yell at Key and be like, hey, next time you see Corbin, make sure that he rides your board. One second here, guys. I gotta go grab something. Spill. We got a little spill over here. Okay, I understand. Well, 9.5, let me think. If, well, this 9.5, that is going to be our long press, or our wide press. So, next time I'm around you, I will try to have something that's from the wide press, just so you can kind of feel how it fits. That's awesome. My shape gets compared to that shape a lot. Heck yeah. But yeah, see this would, so like any of the popsicles, any of the popsicles are gonna be off of the same press that like Key Skate gets her boards off of. But then this one is off of a different press. So any of those boards are gonna feel like the same concave. So you'll kind of get a feel for it just standing on that. We do, thank you. All right, again, we're gonna be starting with an 80 and bring it down to bring it up to a 150. And then we are done in here after that. We gotta load up the other press. Oh yeah, dude. Bam's the man. Very grateful to call him a friend. No, that was dumb, dude. That's just, people just showed up. That was bad. I saw that. Yeah, the kick stream, he had a good time on it. People just need to be a little bit more respectful of his space. If you didn't see the post, he like went and changed the post and was like, yeah, nobody come through. Thank you. Thanks, Snoop. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Well, remember, that's how, so there's a lot of people that think that it's just open access in there because there was a period of time where he literally put an open access entry in Thrasher. So, it's not like that anymore, but. Hey, Jaden. Listen to your mom. She knows best. And get a life. Any excess glue and high texture off of these boards here, and then coming back with a 150. Thanks, D-Nice. I like that. That gets the pin of wisdom right there. That gets a pin of wisdom quote. share a thought with you guys that I had while watching the new Jurassic Park movie, and I'm gonna try to not give any spoilers in case you haven't seen it. I don't know how new it is, but I was told new when it was put. Listen, wouldn't it be super helpful? Like, we got arms right here, right? What if we had little arms where our nipples are, but still had arms like this? Just like elbow down, but still had like full dexterity? Think about that for a minute and tell me that it wouldn't be useful. Hey guys, if you guys are in Edinburgh and you enjoy skateboarding, there is a contest happening right down the road from you guys in Columbus, Indiana, on on Sunday. If you check Columbus Skate Jam is an Instagram that has all that on there. I'm gonna try my best to make it, but we'll see. Always a good time. But like, what if it was part of it? Like, if we could hold hands with the stork, but if everything else that's useful for that, it was just in the palm of the hands. You know what I mean? Yes, we do. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. My bad. I forget that Indiana is just almost all of our cities are everywhere else. And we probably pronounce everything wrong, too. Like, we have a city in Indiana, named after Versailles, France. So Versailles, you know, like the Palace of Versailles. Us in Indiana, we call it Versailles. Welcome to Versailles, Indiana. We butcher everything here. So Anthony just delivered to Versailles, Indiana. So Anthony, what we have here are over 100 different shape templates. We press them, we shape them, then we apply the graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. So what you should do is go to lifeskateboard.com and just kind of compare all of our shapes to what you're looking for. I bet we got something for you. Exactly, you're not allowed to pronounce it right. There's a couple other cities like that here that if you pronounce it the correct way, they're like, what are you talking about? Who's there? All right, there's the 150 on everything. Now let's bring it, I'm sorry, there's the 80 on everything. Now let's bring it all down to 150. Now 150 is the sweet spot. Any finer and the blocks that we print with like to slide around. Still a smooth finish on there though. Brazil, wow, got people watching from all over the world. Thank you for tuning in. Now if you guys enjoy what you're watching, go ahead and double tap that screen for me, let YouTube know you like it. Let's get those like numbers up there. And if you really enjoy it, subscribe and turn on notifications so you can catch me. I'm not normally in the shop this early, but felt like getting the work done while I was awake. You're right, it could be Brazil, Indiana. I forget, yeah. Oops. That would be hilarious. If we had somebody Just kidding. I swear, man. I'm trying to think of we got a ton. You want to go to Peru with me? In Indiana, we can go all the way to the city of Versailles. We can go to Brazil and Peru. We can make it all the way out to Richmond. Hey, if you're in Valparaiso, little Valpo. Been calling that they have a nice park. I was at Valpo on opening day, and it was right after Quentin Bradford had given me the last set of sponsor bush bearings to try before he passed. And I remember I was trying ceramic bowl, ceramic cage bearings, and dropped it in the bowl, and my bearings just exploded. And on opening day, we were picking up little bearing balls out of the bowl. May Quentin rest in peace. Love that dude. Valby. See, I dated a girl from there a while back. Long time ago. We used to drive up there and take the train to Chicago. Oh, absolutely. Every single memory that I have with that Quentin either caused or he was there for is absolutely beautiful. From the very first night I met him, I remember I rolled into Columbia Station, Ohio with Sam at like 1, 2 in the morning. We didn't bring any food. Everybody was already done with their partying and pretty much passed out. And Quentin and Tommy Story were sitting around the fire, and I just hung out with them all night. And then he wanted to sponsor me after that. It was really love that dude. That's what I've got this tattoo for here. That was a graphic that he had done by Lorkenstein for his bearing company. Touched on so many people's lives and had an opportunity to have some other people involved in it really heavily. Like Peter Fernie was a really big part of that company, especially from the beginning when he was picking names and things like that. Fun story that Peter told me was that the name of our speed cream from Superfly Speedball was called Sprackle. And that came from Grosso when Peter Fernie was hanging out with Grosso and they were trying to come up with a name for it. Fast and smooth, just like Sprackle. And if anybody knows what that's a reference to, I sure hope you're in recovery with me. I got you, Corbin. Sand on, sand off. trying to think. The guy that got me in, now that I'm thinking about it, the guy that got me involved in Skate Park Respect is living down in Texas now. So if you guys know, about Skate Park Respect, look it up. If you don't know, I mean, look it up. It's an awesome little non-profit. I feel you on that. I didn't even know there was rain coming until I was driving in. That was not a door, that was me. And saw the lightning. So I am really hoping I gotta be getting out of here pretty quick. What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What? You, when my hearing goes out, it's not going to be because of this. It's going to be because of the gunshots within a foot of my head. Promise. Promise. Dang, we don't have very many dry spots here either, dude. It's like, I used to go over to Lafayette Square Mall and like skate underneath the awning there, but they actually started like reviving parts of that, so it's like not dead anymore. What's up, Joanna? Thank you for tuning in. Well, I know, none of this equipment's very loud, my friend. You're just listening to it up against a mic. I promise, I make louder noises with my skateboard when I skate them. Well, you can look right here. Look at these skateboards. Look at all of them. You can go to lifeskateboard.com and get yourself a life. But now that the top in, this bottom ply needs a little bit more love. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I do need to get over to Q probably. Now that the camps are done, I haven't been spending a lot of time there. There's a lot of texture on this guy. We got 2 more to finish up after this, and then we are on to pressing. Now, where did my drink go? Ah, I'm opening another one. No, I'm not. I'm finding the one I already opened. Just kidding. Understandable. Sprack is so worth it though. It sucked. Last time I was there, I couldn't skate. This is a gigantic skateboard. If it looks huge, it's huge. Yeah, I can't remember. This shape is the triple XL panhead, I believe. We make them up to 14.6. I live in Indiana, my friend. We're talking about... me shooting the gun. In Indiana, most of the gunshots are usually outside my back door, but probably the hearing damage is coming from me pulling triggers. You got it, Ajax. We got you. So we've got boards up to 14.6 and they are wild. And we have 13-inch trucks. So if you check out lifeskateboard.com, you'll get exactly what you want then. They got great concave and they're gigantic. We're about to make it possible to buy our 8-wheeler as well. Why? Because why the hell not? Yes, it will. And now, if you are worried, I will say we can make this as an 8-ply, but these are extremely sturdy, especially with how much material is on there. An 8-ply is going to be extremely heavy, but it's going to last you forever. When you order a board from us, you can select your ply number, and if the wheelbase isn't something you're looking for, just let us know. We put the wheelbase in, so you get what you want. Here at Life, we make you a board that lasts, not just pretty trash. This one's a wider board as well. This is a knucklehead. I just knuckled the nose on my personal shape because I really like how it works. I pop all of my tray flips off of the nose on my board. I flip it backwards, set up the edge of my foot, my back foot, so it's lined up right there on that. Hits my feet every time. Of course, Ajax, can't wait to make your board. Thank you very much for noticing that. Paranoid Black Sabbath, 1985. Yes, this is a Festool dust extractor here. It is awesome. Otherwise, I would have no step in this process where I can talk to you guys without the respirator on. We used to have a gigantic Grizzly vacuum system up in the shop in Muncie, but right before we moved, that thing started sounding like a plane crashing. I tried to fix it. No go. So, respirator for everything but this it is. I love this thing. Sam lucked out with this, and he can use it on a lot of stuff. He has the track saw attachment and all that fun stuff that makes cleanup when he's doing other stuff with a Festool really easy. Yeah, the fine dust is insane. We have to stay on top of it. You get used to it though, just being in it. But with this, the way this building is set up, it's a lot easier to control the dust. Respirator, I hardly know her. Thank you. I think my eardrums probably rattle while I'm skateboarding too. I got you, man. It wasn't planned, but I got you. My blank stares are just me reading. I love that. Nice comment. Skateboard. Let's see. Or is it Scott Bird? Or is it Scott Bird? The bird. I'm hungry. No way, Alabama. That is wild. That is insane. I haven't been to a Waffle House in so long, but I was in a fight in the parking lot the last time I was there. Only the best man can ride the hot rod skateboard. Popping wheelies, flipping tricks. Only cool guys can ride the hot rod skateboard. Oh, yep, so what's really cool about these really wide boards is we can print 2 of full graphics. So all of the prints on the website are Lino block prints. So any of those graphics that we have on there you can get. I know if you go to Life Skateboard 1010 on Instagram, you can see a bunch of different printed boards. And then when you pick your ink color, you can pick a solid color or you can pick a fade. Here's an example of one of our graphics that I ended up cutting out of a board, because it was my favorite. This is my dog, Lori, at the 8 stair from the skate park that I found her at. We made this graphic and did a pre-release for it to raise some money so that I could move somewhere where I could take care of her. So, welcome back, D-Nice. We're on the last board here. And then we're gonna go press some boards. is a 6-ply, so the edges on this are going to take me a little bit longer than the other ones. But then we are done in here, and we can go into the pressing room, empty out one of the presses, load one up, and then we'll come back in here and I will grip one of my boards for myself, and then we're done for the day. That's the benefit of getting started on the clock before 6 a.m. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Now, when we get into this next room over here, there are a bunch of finished boards on the wall, so I can show you some examples. Now, if you want a very, very unique graphic, select the collage option. If you just select the collage option, Sam's going to do it, and he's going to combine it a bunch of different graphics. If you select the collage option and put Casper collage in the notes, I'll do my thing on it, which ends up with double prints, background colors, and fun stuff like that. The very fastest way to get a board from us is to select Maker's Choice on it. That way there's nothing specific, so we can get you something that's really close to being done. We are not in Fort Wayne. We are in central Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, but my first board sponsor was in Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne has an amazing scene. Lawton Skate Park is there. Slam City Skate Park. Dead End Skateboards is out of Fort Wayne. And there is a private backyard park there as well. Fort Wayne is awesome. I love the fort. Not everybody there loves me, but I still love it there. Alrighty, so that's that, guys. We are done with shaping for today, so we are going to get into the next room, and we are going to do some pressing and gluing and pressing in that order. So let me set you guys up here, and we will empty out this press. So I already wrote down what date these guys went in there. We marked the date that these went in there, so that way we know they have at least 7 days to cure before the shape is cut out. Oops, you guys got unplugged there. Pressing matters to attend to, yeah. Hey, be careful if you guys are feeling a little sad, because this can get so depressing. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry. That was good. That was comedy gold right there, guys. Eight, 18. All right, and these guys will go in a stack of their own concave right behind you. So emptying out these presses, these things, separator, I hardly know her. Those keep the decks themselves separate, but it also keeps some of the excess glue off of the mold. Now let me kind of explain the different parts here. This is a mold. This whole thing is a press. We never put more than 3 between each mold, and this is a double mold. So we'll put 4 in here total, because I don't want to get into the playtime on the glue. But if you start putting more than 3 between each mold, it starts to have an inconsistent concave across those boards. Some examples of that, this one bummed me out when I heard it, but you can listen to some pros talk about which number board they pull out of the press. That's not fair to the customer because you don't get to know which number they are. So we want to give you a consistent concave. Extremely deep, consistent concave. All right, so the next thing I got to do is just clean these plastic separators off, lock down this press, and then we will pull the layups for the 7 and 8 ply boards, because this is for a custom order. Not a lot of excess glue on these guys today, thankfully. Really not any at all. Good job. Literally only had to scrape 2 of those. All right, we're gonna make sure there's no glue stuck to the mold. If there is, it will interfere with the pressing. All right, now let's get over here and we will pull some layups and I'll kind of explain what's inside of your skateboard. Yay, learning. All right, so we will put color veneer in some of these. Today we are doing all natural. So we are gonna pull different types of veneer. There are 2 different types of vertical veneer qualities. This is a face quality. So this is a vertical grain with no blemishes on it. And this would be considered core because you can see it has a slight blemish right here. So that goes inside the skateboard. So we're going to separate these into faces and cores. And when you think you got a face, we want to bend it a little bit. Make sure it doesn't have any splitting issues. That's going to be the one that everybody sees. I need to get 8 faces together. And cores are a lot easier to find, so. Two, 4, 6, 8. All right, so we have 8 faces here and quite a bit of core. So I'm gonna separate these. We've got the top and bottom faces here. And now if I'm missing anything, my bad. Good morning, Mothman. All right, so there are our 4 boards that we're gonna be pressing. We need 3 cores in each of them to make them a 7 ply board. And then 2 of these are gonna be turned into 8 plies, really easily. I'm gonna set these 2 pieces of core aside here, and we'll use those in a minute. So now comes the crossbands. This is what gives the board strength in every direction. You've got grains going the opposite direction. We're gonna sandwich that middle ply. We're gonna do that with all of these. All right, now we wanted 2 of these to be 8 plies, customer request. And the way we do that, just throw a core right in the middle. Now if we wanted these to be 6 plies, like one of those that we shaped over there was, we just take this bottom core out. Now we've got these 2 8 plies here, and I'm gonna go ahead and mark these as 8 plies. That way I don't get them mixed up in the press. And I am also going to mark both sides of the faces. That way I know that that's a face. Wait, am I core? Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I just realized that it's too early for me to get jokes that are my caliber. Sorry. I feel bad for that one. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It is a lot of time and dedication for it. There's a lot of the wait. The time is wait time though. So got a big old chunk of glue on the table here that's going to be real annoying unless I get it off now. Alrighty, let's get to it here. So our leftover veneer is actually a little bit thicker than what most people would use for fingerboards. So we have some really cool stuff that we are working on with them. And that's going to be majority risers. We save the cutoffs from the spare veneer and make risers. We also make some stuff out of the scrap. Sam has this 7-ply Creations. Justin Hutchins that rides for us takes. That was really weird. Sorry about that. I guess we lost the live somehow. I'm back. Thank you. I don't know how that happened. My screen just went to my home screen. Sorry about that, guys. That was really weird. I'm glad I noticed it happened when it did, or I would have been here talking to nobody. That was really strange. My phone has never done that before on a live stream. All right, let's get to gluing these boards up now that something weird is going on with my phone. Now, if you guys enjoy what you're watching, don't forget to double tap that screen so YouTube knows you like it. No other way to let them know. Ah, that would make sense. My phone turned off of Do Not Disturb while we were on a live. So my phone's probably been doing weird stuff while we're trying to press boards. Sorry if you guys had to leave the live for a second there. Not really sure what happened. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. You're watching Life Skateboards we made right here in Indiana. We press them, we shape them, we apply the graphics. You just got to pick them out and skate it. We roll the glue by hand on these to ensure a full glue coverage on every side of every ply inside of your skateboard. That's why we can guarantee against delam here at Life Skateboards. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Again, I am not sure. There might be an issue with the chat right now. I'm not sure what's going on. It just shut off my live for a second. But these boards are awesome. You can get whatever you want from us. Right now I am currently pressing a 8-ply board. That's a specific request. My boards come as a standard 7 plies of Great Lakes or Canadian hard maple. But if you want, we can make it a 6-ply or an 8-ply. An 8-ply is going to be a tank. 6-ply is going to be a little bit lighter and a little bit less sturdy. Ooh. I'd encourage you to check out lifeskateboard.com and get yourself a life. And if you are in the Midwest right now and you're like, dang, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. There is a skate contest in Columbus, Indiana at Jolie Kreider Skate Park on Sunday. Check out the Columbus Skate Jam Instagram for more details on that. I've got nothing to do with it. These guys just put on a good contest every year. I might try to make it down there. I was gonna talk, Chuck is definitely not making it. I think he's got a concert Sunday. But I might try to, we'll see. I'll be real honest, I think it's Saturday today, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wow, there we go. Dang, guys. I'm really sorry that I missed all of those. My chat was stuck at the very top. So if you asked a question and I missed it, feel free to ask again. See you, Corbin. I'll see you around. Good morning from New York. Hey, thank you. There's a really cool apparel company that I've been talking to out of New York. Good morning, Zeus. How are you doing, bud? Thank you for your continued support. But there is a apparel company I've been talking to, and that would be Gravity Kills right here. They're out of New York. I like them a lot. Yep, you can absolutely mix shapes. So if you like the nose of one shape and the tail of another, let us know. Sam is a master woodworker. I'm not sure how happy he'd be about me saying that, but he is a master woodworker, whether he says it or not. He can take those templates, find out where they meet in the middle, and we can do it for you. And hell, if it's a good enough idea, maybe he'll make just the new template for it. I've seen some crazy wild twins before from us. From Middle Illinois, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Rad. Yeah, well, yeah, Gravity Kills is awesome. I really like it. It seems like they're branching into other cultures as well. The guy Adam that's running it just seems to have a really good head on his shoulders. I like it. I like their vibe. I like their just like get back up and do it again vibe. And I like how stoked he was when he saw a video of Bam and his board. Hi there, Evan. So, nope, we don't have to press it right away. I'm only going to be gluing up 4 of these boards. I did explain this before we got to this point. I am only gluing up 4 boards right now. The playtime on this glue is about an hour or so. A little bit more than an hour, actually. But I never like to get into or close to that hour, which is why I'm only pressing 4 instead of 6 like I could. We're going to be setting aside 4, and then we will press them right away. That's the best honesty I could ever ask for. Corbin, I'm sorry you lost your pin. Zeus got the pinned comment for that one. That's some honesty right there. I love that. The best board you ever rode. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love it when our customers get on here. Meow. Kitty cat. Thank you. I love them. And I mean, I was the same way. I was a customer before I was an employee. I was under the impression that all boards were only going to last me a week at a time. And then I started skating life boards. And if you guys enjoy what you're watching, don't forget to double tap that screen for me. Share it with your friends. Tell them to double tap it. Share it with your grandma. Tell her to double tap it. Double tap. It applies to YouTube and Zombieland. We'll have bakery. I definitely will. I'll check them out. Definitely check them out. Usually when I go out that direction, I'm over at the Bam's Castle, but I need him to take me around more. We went out, the first time we went out to his house, we went to the West Side Skate Shop and FDR and all that. This last time we were there, he actually had to take off before we got there, so we were just hanging out with the Derns all weekend. Right now. I'm not kidding you. Right now. Letting the cat out of the bag. Double tap that screen right now. Man, that's Things Collectibles. Now, international shipping is a flat rate. So international shipping sucks right now for everybody, and that is a big bummer for us. The way that our international customers that honestly can't skateboards that aren't ours have gotten away with it is been ordering with their friends. So, because it'll offset that shipping price. But definitely understand if that's not an option. It's international shipping it sucks right now. But we love our customers and supporters all over the world. So, all right, we're gonna tape up either ends right here. Now, when I'm doing this, what I'm doing is just taping up the ends of the board. This is not getting pressed while I'm out of frame. It's just getting taped. And the reason we tape them is so that when they go in the press, the plies don't shift around on us. We want everything to be nice and centered just like we lined it up while we were gluing them. We got 2 more to go, and these guys are 7 plies, so they will be 1 ply quicker. Yep, all boards are made with lots of thin layers. Factory boards are going to use a glue machine, which you're gonna miss your top and bottom ply. Cross bands if they don't know how to push them through at an angle. But they are all made out of layers. Except for, there are some composite boards. And some companies use a non-wood construction. We chase an all-wood construction feel here at Life Skateboards. Need to get a little bit more glue in here. When we get low on these bottles, I've got a little hanger over there. I turn it upside down. And if you guys are enjoying it, I'm sorry I have to keep saying it, but double trap right meow for me. I'm not kidding you. It would help me out. I was proud of that one, I'm sorry. All right, and now on this last board, because it is a standard 7-ply, I'll go ahead and explain the plies inside of it again while they're sitting in front of you rather than me pulling them out to set up the layout. Now Casper's Keeper has been doing a lovely job of making shorts for me out of my lives, and I'm extremely appreciative of her. I'm probably gonna sit down and do that myself today. So if you catch me repeating things because I stumbled over my words, please know I am just planning to turn these into shorts later. I really love these direct interactions I get with you guys, but I never want people to feel obligated to hit that donation button or whatever like that. I'd rather my income on YouTube come from shorts and things like that so I can have a more genuine connection with you guys. So I think it's been cool. Been able to like meet some people from these live streams. Running into people at skate parks and they're like, hey, you're the guy that makes skateboards. That makes me happy. Man, the chat is just not scrolling. I'm so sorry, guys. Tight Bond 2. I apologize. If I missed a question, please forget this live is really confusing right now. It is really pushing the chat back where I can't see what you guys are saying. We're located in Indiana, 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, right down 70 in New Powell. But we do ship all over the world. I sincerely apologize if I missed any of your guys' questions. The whole point of these lives is for me to be able to answer your guys' questions. And I went and let it scroll away from you guys. Dang it. Sorry. One more, guys, and I'm going to explain what's inside of your skateboard on this one. We got a snake and a spider web, because I like snakes and spiders. All right, what's inside of your skateboard? You've got 7 plies of Great Lake, inside of your skateboard, you have 7 plies of Great Lake or Canadian hard maple. Specifically Great Lakes or Canada, because you want something with long winters, slow growth that creates a tighter grain and a less porous wood. Now inside of your board, you've got 2 directions on the grains. You've got these vertical grains like right here, and then you've got crossbands. Crossbands go the other direction, grains against each other, give it strength in every direction. Now out of these vertical plies though, you've got 2 qualities. You've got a face quality, no blemishes whatsoever, that goes on the outside of the board. And then a core quality. It can have some blemishes like that. And then we glue them all together, throw them in the press. 7 days later, it gets cut out into what you want. All right, let me scroll up on this again. Good job, chat. It didn't scroll away for me. Technology, guys. I love it, but man, it confuses me sometimes. But without it, how would I be sharing this with you guys? Do we make pro boards? What's pro boards? We make the best skateboards that you're going to skate. Zeus right there shared that opinion earlier, so that is an opinion of our customers. We ship all over the world. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, you're gonna get yourself a Life. You'll get exactly what you want, and we're gonna make it for you. So you can pick your shape, wheelbase, all that stuff. If the wheelbase that the website tells you isn't what you want, let us know in the notes. It'll probably be possible we'll get a hold of you if it's not and make it work out. Milk should go in the fridge. Sorry. That's some really thick milk right there. Pro models? So what do you mean? What's a pro model? What do you mean by a pro model? Do you mean a shape with someone, a graphic with someone's name on it? Yeah. Okay. So again, that was TRJ. I'm going to ask the person that asked the question to clarify their question. Yes, we do. So we make everything from 775 popsicles up to your shaped boards, up to 14.6 to long boards. You can get your general popsicles 775, 881, 825, 838, 85, 875, 9, 925, 95, 975, 10, all the way up to 14.6. So yes, the answer to that question is yes, we do. Now, if you're asking about do we sell people's boards with people's names on them, there are 2 signature shapes from Life Skateboards, and that would be the Andrew Allen shape and my signature shape with the graphic on there. TRJ, you're a fucking idiot. You're the first person that I got mad at today. Anyway. It would be the one with my name on it or Andrew Allen's name on it. You see, here at Life Skateboards, we actually make the boards. We don't go tell someone else to make them and then tell someone else to put on a heat transfer. The answer is yes. You can get boards with my name on it or you can get boards with Andrew Allen's name on it, since we are on the team. If they're asking about a quality board or they're asking about price point boards, That would be another clarification on that question, TRJ. If you're here to ask questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If you're here to share your ignorance, not so much. Thank you, Render. You see, there's a difference between a price point board and another board. See, if you were asking Powell that question, like, hey, Powell Peralta, do you make pro boards too? The answer would be, well, what are you talking about? Are you talking about our price point boards, or are you talking about our boards from our partner in China, our price point boards from our partner in China, or our flight decks from our warehouse at Skate One? That would be your difference. TRJ, you're a fucking idiot, dude. My God. You just woke up and you're already this stupid? The person that asked the question clarified that you're incorrect. So if you're here to ask a question, I'm here to answer it. How many boards can we press at a time? We're going to be loading 4 into this press here. That's true, though. You're right, man. A toolkit shouldn't be asking questions. That's for sure. You haven't seen a skateboarder, Zach? I'm right here. You've seen one now. Watch this, though. You're just annoying, buddy. Hide user from the chat. I don't like annoying people. I'm at work. I like sharing my work with you guys, but I don't like annoying people. Oh. You haven't seen a skateboarder? Oh, man, where was the question I was at? Let's see, where was I at? How many boards at a time? So we'll be able to put 4 in there. If I'm not talking with you guys, I can get 6 in there because I can move pretty quickly. And then that would be 6 per press. So 6, 12, 18. I think 26 total if we loaded everything at max capacity. All right, let's get these guys over here and we will get back to work. Understand that, well, heavy is never too bad of an idea because that sounds like a challenge to me. Hey, thanks, Scrim, I love hearing it. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. And skateboarding is growing around here, at least in the Midwest. It's making a resurgence. Skate parks everywhere. There's our local indoor Q skate park has a summer camp that I help out with, and there are a ton of kids that are just absolutely loving skateboarding. Kids are catching the bug left and right around here, and I mean, it's just like every boom that skateboarding has ever had. There's going to be a huge influx of people, which is going to be people that sometimes don't understand the culture, don't understand like why we skate, what we're doing, why we're doing this thing. And some of those people are going to fall off. So if you're around those people, then it will seem like skateboarding is falling off. But after every single boom, we end up with some lifelong skateboarders. And I love it. Obviously, the Skate 4 game coming out brought people back to it. That's every time a new skateboarding video game comes out, it's always going to bring people to skateboarding that wouldn't have been around it otherwise. COVID was a huge, huge boom. I was working in a skate shop during COVID, and it was crazy how busy we were. Also crazy how little money we made since the owner of that shop was sending every bit of profit right up his nose. Allegedly. So glad I don't work there anymore. You surfed Cocoa Beach in the 60s. That is rad. That is a time to be. right, so now we're just double checking the alignment side to side and end to end inside the press. Because if these aren't aligned properly, they're not going to get pressed properly. Now comes the fun part. Could these be hooked up as pneumatic jacks? Absolutely. Are they? No. Is it going to stop me? No. Started skating in '95. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, you saw quite a few peaks. You saw the 98 to 2000 peak that brought me in. That was the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series of skateboarders that joined skateboarding because they were like, huh, if I can do this with my hands, imagine what I can do if I can actually be on the skateboard. You saw the 2000s boom of BAM, the Sheckler craze. You saw everything then. Oh yeah. Yes, Indiana, located right here in Indiana. Oh, you would have been one of the longest riding ones, dude. All right, I'm gonna get you up close here so you can see this squeeze out, because that's fun to look at. So inside the press, these kicks are being formed and then concave is being formed. Did we make the press? So Sam originally carved the first presses, but then, oh, you skipped Ryan, that's fine. But then Sam designs them and then sends out blocks of maple to our friend with a CNC machine to cut the exact concave over and over again. So I'm done with work for today, guys. He was too pretty for us to like, that's true. But he did bring a lot of attention to skateboarding. As I get older, I'm realizing, you know, whatever brings people or brings money into skateboarding, because injecting money into skateboarding is so important. As far as like getting, like the skaters getting paid by cities to do demos, sponsorships from outside of skateboarding, just anything that's in putting money into skateboarding is important. And I really think he did a lot of that. Something that I'm sure I dogged on when I was younger. But now I understand it. Definitely understand it. Thank you. Appreciate it. So now the next thing that we're gonna do here, and I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a clean surface to get this done. We are going to grip a board, and it's my board. Oh, thank you, Rapid Rodeo. We're done with work today, but I'm going to go ahead and get my own